What's up?
I don't think you're one that looks back in the past, but when you think about last year's game in Detroit, what do you take away from either their style of play, their game plan, or how you guys came through in the end?
I think the one thing that sticks out, even when watching film this year, is just how hard they play. Everybody's running to the ball. Their offense plays hard. They're always trying to get the ball in their playmakers' hands. And they are loaded with talent on both sides of the ball. So, just like us, it's just going to come down to who plays the hardest.
I was going to say, so how does their toughness compare to what you know of your team in the first 3 weeks?
I'll take us 10 out of 10 days a week. I think we are a very competitive team, a very tight-knit team that, when adversity hits, it's going to be very difficult to try to break us apart. But I think we keep rallying together and, stay together as a team. And I think that's all the toughness that we need.
Calvin Johnson was obviously a great receiver there in Detroit for a number of years. You've been sometimes compared to him by some people. Did you watch him at all when he was in the league?
Yes, sir. Watched Calvin Johnson, still watch his highlights today. But just to be compared to him is a big blessing and honor. So I just thank God that, he's the one I'm being compared to, but still trying to live up to, his, the type of career that he had in Detroit. But a great receiver, great friend, great mentor to me. So, just great to be compared to him.
That seems like one of the louder, more raucous environments in the NFL. Do you like playing in that kind of thing?
Yes, sir. Anywhere in a hostile environment to where you are the underdog, or the fans don't want you to be there, or they're cussing you out, or whatever the case may be. I think it's always a good environment because it separates the boys from the men, and you're there to play football and there to win your one-on-one matchup. So the stakes are just that much higher, but at the end of the day, it's still football.
Last year, you went into that game, both tackles got hurt the week before, and a lot of people were thinking it was going to be really dire for you guys. What do you remember about the way Stone, because probably playing in this week, obviously, what do you remember about the way he stepped up in that game?
Oh, detail-wise, I can't remember back that far.
Just the way the offensive line was able to help you guys in that game, I guess.
We had a lot of passing yards from what I can remember. So from that point of view, I think they did, a very good job.
How does Detroit's fans and the environment, how does that compare to some of the other stadiums that you played in?
I would rank them probably top 3 loudest behind. I know Lincoln Field is the Eagles stadium is very hostile, along with the 49ers, and then Detroit will fall into that category as well. Just a fun environment to play in, dark-looking stadium, but it's gonna be fun Monday night.
In general, when you're on the road, can you hear the fans? Like not just like the noise, but like specifically.
I was about to say, man, it's 100,000 people in there. Yeah, I can hear them.
Like specifically saying stuff to you. You mentioned gotta get.
Oh no, they don't want us to be there, so they're always talking stuff about me, Geno, Locke, Stone, Mike, everybody. So they always gonna be talking smack.
Can you hear that during the game?
No. Yeah.
What are you seeing from this cornerback
I was about to
room?
say, y'all quiet today, shit.
What are you seeing from this cornerback room for the Lions?
They're very aggressive. TA, the rookie from Alabama, he's a very good player. I know he's been targeted quite a bit these first few weeks, but I think he's a great player, along with Carlton Davis. Going back to Auburn, we have a history of playing each other. Kirby, their safety, very smart post safety. And then Branch, their second-year guy out of Bama, he's probably their best DB out there that can that's interchangeable from nickel to safety, and he can do it all. He can run, he can hit, he can cover. So it's going to be a good challenge for us this week.
Do you see some similarities between Branch's game and Witherspoon's game?
No, they're 2 different people in my opinion. Witherspoon, I get to go against him every day. He's one of probably the best DBs that I've ever seen, like in person, day in and day out.
You and Geno both kind of broke down the touchdown last week and what you saw in the look, and you mentioned stuff you worked on all, going back to summer. How much have you seen that chemistry between you two grow that you can be in that moment on the field and just know with a look, hey, this is what's going to happen, here's what we're going to do?
I think it's just the cerebralness of just being in games or making quick adjustments on the sideline. We had one play called, and we had ran that specific play during training camp. He told me, to read it out, and during training camp I did, and we haven't revisited it until Sunday. And just for it to work out that way just speaks to the level of trust that we have, with each other. I had to be in the right spot, and he had to put the ball to where only I can get it. So the chemistry, I mean, it speaks for itself just by, the practice reps or just in film study or texting, when we're at home watching film. It just comes to life, on Sundays from all our hard work. So I think it's just a testament to, both of our commitment to the game.
Yeah, going back to Devin, what pushes him to that category for you over like some of the other?
Oh, okay. Just hearing him talk, even when we were at training camp, he's calling out, my routes or somebody else's routes, just from stuff he's seen. And I even asked him, like, why did you say that? He was like, I saw by your alignment that, you weren't going out, so you only had to go in. So I was like, that's just crazy that a second-year DB is already thinking light years ahead of that.
Is this the first year you've provided spreadsheets for Geno on defenses? Or
I provide a spreadsheet.
you said that last week, so I was asking.
No, I mean, I typed some quick stuff up in my notes on my iPad, but that's about it. Yeah. No number crunching or spreadsheet, none of that.
DK, how do your coaches' emphasis focus on fundamentals show up day to day, practicing or film, or how do you notice that?
Whenever we go back and watch film, whether that be from practice or the previous game, they're always bringing up our back to the basics. They normally specialize Wednesday for a fundamental day. So eyes to tuck, or when you're in traffic, wrap the ball up. I see Geno going through his progressions, QB center exchanges. So. So a lot of fundamentals get nailed down today.
DK, you talked about becoming more of a leader this year. When you see guys maybe struggle in other position groups, maybe offensive line, is that something you reach out to those guys, help them out?
I think the best way, because I don't play offensive line by any means, so I'm not trying to step on. Man, y'all need to fix that. I don't try to step on anybody's toes, but just trying to be an encouraging teammate. If they miss a rep or the coaches talk to them, about a rep, just going over encouraging them, telling them, I'm here with you. It's going to be a long season, so let's just keep continuing to put our best foot forward. I'm just tell them that I'm always going to be there beside them. So that's the only thing I could do for an O-lineman or anybody in any position group.
Is there a difference in the benefit for you guys between like catching jugs, like catching actual football versus like doing the tennis ball stuff?
I think it works different forms of catching. So a tennis ball is very small, smaller than a football. So just works on gripping the tennis ball so it doesn't bounce off of your hands. And then a football is, you play with a football, so you have to learn how to catch that. But just a tennis ball just works the smaller, the finishing of the catch.
Do you do both?
Yes, sir.
Going back to the trust with Geno, the catch that you had, he threw and you caught it over Kendall Fuller, I think, early in the game against the Dolphins. That trust too, do you think that would have happened last year? It felt like kind of like a difference with where Geno's just going to you and you're willing to, you were blanketed, but you just rose up.
Yeah, I think probably last year I would have dropped the ball, but this year I just so happened to catch it. So I think it's just me taking the next step of making my contested catches whenever Geno trusts me to, put the ball up there like that.
Why would you say you would have dropped it? Why would you say you would have dropped it last year?
Because I was in that position a couple times last year and I dropped the ball. So.
Has that been a focus then, on catching balls in traffic? Is that what
Yeah. That definitely was a focus for me this offseason was contested catches or 50-50 balls, going up and attacking the ball instead of trying to let it come down to me and catch it over my shoulder.
Were there drills you could do to practice that in the off season, or?
Yeah, Geno came down and we threw during the off season, and I had my trainer guard me face up and had his arm up, and I just had to jump up over him and catch the ball.
How tall is your trainer? How tall is your trainer?
Tall enough. Good. All right, thank you.